Guys, I'm done. I am sick and tired of the abundance of spin-off anime films that we are getting today. Just this year, we are getting all of this. And it's clear to see that I'm not the only one who's just bothered by it. Like, don't get me wrong, some of these films are like really, really good. But for every One Piece read, we get a One Piece 3D Straw Hat Chase. And it genuinely just bothers me because it's taking time away from the actual anime we all care about and instead using those resources and funds to just shill this out. Now, don't get me wrong here, I'm not talking about films such as Demon Slayer Mugen Train or Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Because these are actual anime films that have a purpose. They aren't filler, they are actually adapted from the manga and are canon. Like, Spy Family for example, the new film comes out this December, but it's not canon, so I don't really care. I just don't see why the studio can't just put this money and resources that they're putting into these projects, instead adapt something from the manga into a film, for example. There is a lot that they could do with Spy Family in particular, considering it is already an anthology manga. But you might like these films and wonder why me and many others are starting to get sick of the abundance of anime films we get every single year that are just filler and not canon at all. So, let me just explain it to you. It's pretty much common knowledge that most popular anime, whether it be from now or 20 or 30 years ago, will have some sort of film attached to it. Could be Cowboy Bebop, Kaguya-sama, One Piece, you get it. For this situation, let me use One Piece as a prime example. Do you know how many One Piece films there are to date? Oh well, One Piece Red released last year, and I also remember another one releasing a few years ago called Stampede, and there's that one of them in a casino that released a couple of years ago now. So I'm guessing 3? No? That's right, there are 18 One Piece films as of me recording this. 18! There are less Batman and Spider-Man films combined than One Piece films. And there's a good chance you've only heard of 3 or maybe 4 if you know about Zed. So, you might now be wondering, what are these One Piece films then? I really enjoyed One Piece Red, so I would like to check out the others. Well, oh boy have I got news for you. So, first off, none of them are canon. The closest film to being canon is One Piece Red, and that's only because it contains some details Oda wanted to put into the manga, but couldn't find time to put it into. And for certain, these 2 films do not count as being canon. You should not pick these films over watching the actual arcs. And as such, I'm going to disqualify them as being films because they are just shortened versions of already pre-existing arcs. So, what have we got left then? We've got a film that takes place before even Sanji joins the crew. 6 really dull and boring films. The 2 aforementioned recap films. You know what? This one was decent. An Abomination, another recap film. A really good film actually. A film that takes place during the time skip, which is, actually a welcomed idea. And then, thankfully, 3 good films to end it off, even if I have no clue in what timeline they take place. But if you're shocked at that, just wait till you see what fucking Naruto has in store for you. Now, I have not seen Naruto or any of the films. However, I have a brother who has, and he has told me that all of them except for the last one are really boring. Which, if that's the case, this makes the Naruto films seem much worse than the One Piece films. Because for every Abomination, you have a One Piece Gold or a One Piece Red. But you might be thinking then, why do people still go to see these films, even if they're not canon and are usually really boring? And my answer to that is, general audiences really don't usually care if it's filler because they won't know. They won't read the manga, so they won't know. And as such, they might just treat it as bad arc, like Thriller Bark for example with One Piece. And animation studios in Japan will continue to make these films because of how much money they bring in. Just look at Demon Slayer. That film is canon to the manga, but it still made so much money just because of how popular Demon Slayer is as a series. But for me and many others, we don't care about filler films. It's getting too much. I like One Piece Red, but I can't say I had any hype for it when it was coming out because I knew it was filler, so I knew it didn't matter. The same was true for the new Black Clover film on Netflix, and the same will be true for Spy Family. The last anime film I actually wanted to see was Jujutsu Kaisen 0 because I knew it was canon to the manga, and I wanted to see it adapted. I'm fine with the films coming out every couple of years or so, but when it gets to the point where we're getting like 4 a year, like, please just Toei, Bones, Mappa, just stop. Please stop. Like, out of all the films that are coming out this year, the one I'm most excited for isn't even really a film, it's a special, and it's the Attack on Titan final season part fucking 74 part 2. But yeah, I know it's a bit of a rant, but I had to express my utter annoyance with this. Just, please, if you have to make an anime film, make it canon. Especially with Spy Family, really. That manga is basically an anthology manga with different stories, and then every now and then it will continue the story, like the overall story. So I don't see why you, instead of investing in season 2, you decided to make a filler film that will come out a year after season 1 ends. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, other than money, obviously. Like, the only public outrage I've seen, really, in the anime community, where everyone has been like, I don't like this, was with the new Demon Slayer special film, kind of, as it was like the last 2 episodes of season 2, plus the new episode of season 3, which wasn't out by then. But you could have just not spent £8 on a cinema ticket to see this episode a month early, just saying. But even then, people weren't a bit annoyed just because the film we would be getting this year would be an episode, basically. No, instead they were annoyed because they didn't read the description or watch the trailers, and instead just thought it would be the whole of season 3 in one film and not a special. So even then, I don't even really know if I can use that as proof of general audiences being mad. And as long as general audiences eat it up, anime studios are going to continue making filler films after filler films just for money, because Demon Slayer did it, Jujutsu Kaisen did it, look how much money they made, One Piece did it, look how much money it made. It makes money. But yeah, thanks for listening to my little rant. It's unscripted, obviously, but I did just want to make a quick video about my distaste for this fairly new practice, really, even if it has been around for many years. And I know quite a few people will both agree with me and disagree with me, but it's your opinion at the end of the day. This is mine. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you would like to leave a like, maybe even subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll bring up my end screen, and if you want, you can check out one of my other videos. See you later, guys.